What's going on, everybody? Crypto Headquarters here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about EOS. Specifically, we're going to be covering the topic of the EOS mainnet launch on June 1st of 2018 and what this means for all you holders of the EOS token. If you guys aren't familiar, EOS is moving over from the Ethereum blockchain and their Ethereum-based ERC20 token over to the EOS blockchain when they launch the mainnet on June 1st. So with that, there is some things that you may or may not have to do in order to make sure that your EOS tokens successfully make it over there and don't, for lack of a better term, disappear. And that's all going to be covered throughout the rest of today's video. So I do have two disclaimers today. The first is the information in this video should be considered unofficial and is subject to change, and we're going to see that with some of the articles. The information presented will become dated over time and will likely be updated over time as well. Please proceed at your own risk and conduct additional research before taking any action. I'm not responsible for any mistakes or losses made on your part. Again, this is an unofficial update and consider it as such, subject to future changes. Proceed at your own risk, and I'm not responsible for any action taken or losses conducted on your part. With that said, we're going to jump into the regular disclaimer, which states none of the information in today's video is investment or financial advice. This is just simply my personal opinion. Please do your own research before investing. Invest at your own risk. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Consult a financial advisor if necessary. As for transparency purposes, just as it stays the same with all of my other EOS videos on my channel, I am not invested in EOS and don't hold it in my portfolio at the time making this video. But with all of that boring stuff out of the way, let's jump into the main topic of today's video, which is what you need to know about the mainnet launch. The main article that I'm going to be using today can be found over on the EOS Help Guide Steemit page, which will be linked in the description down below. But as I've already made it apparent in the introduction, just like this article, this video is an unofficial guide and should be treated as such. Sections may be outdated and already are, considering this article was written a few months ago in December of 2017. So please understand and use this at your own risk. So I did want to make that apparent as we move forward here, but the main reason I'm using this article today is due to the awesome explanatory introduction provided. Currently, EOS is an ERC20 token. It's built over on the Ethereum blockchain and the Ethereum platform, and the reason this is important to know is because coming on June 1st of 2018, EOS is launching their mainnet, and with that mainnet launch, they are creating their own EOS blockchain, which will render the old EOS ERC20 tokens useless and not valuable. So with that, this has led a lot of people to become concerned. How do I know if I have to register? How do I register? What group, what part of the boat do I fall in regards to this? And hopefully I can answer your questions throughout today's video. But the reason, again, I included this article is due to the fact that they have a great analogy of how the current EOS tokens stands in relation to the EOS snapshot that's taking place on June 1st. So here is the official EOS.io justification for registering your EOS tokens. You can read this if you're interested, but the analogy that's used in this article is that imagine your EOS ERC20 tokens are all passengers on an old steam train. The Ethereum blockchain is the steam train. They can currently get on and off, be traded on exchanges, etc. And the steam train is chugging away up and down the line, unless CryptoKitties are slowing down the train. Funny joke. However, on the 1st of June 2018, the old ERC20 steam train will be decommissioned and parked, and on the 1st of June, a new electric train, the EOS blockchain and EOS blockchain tokens, will start operation on the new train line with a different rail line gauge. The only rule is that prior to the 1st of June, all the ERC20 passengers must have purchased tickets to the new electric EOS train. If the passengers do not have tickets, they will be stuck aboard a parked and unusable steam train. And the only way to buy your new ticket is to register your Ethereum address, your ERC20 garage, on the EOS.io main website. So basically what this analogy points out, and honestly I think this is an awesome analogy, and the reason is because it outlines that EOS is moving away from the ERC20 blockchain, and with that, if you don't register your Ethereum address, or as it is put in this case, buy a ticket, your ERC20 tokens will be rendered useless, or again, as they put it in this analogy, it's going to be stuck aboard a parked and unusable steam train. So in order to register your Ethereum address, you're going to have to do a few things, but you're probably wondering how or what an Ethereum address is. So an Ethereum address is simply where you store your ERC20 tokens. It's your ERC20 token garage. This is a definition of what an ERC20 token is. I'm not going to read this in the video, but if you guys don't know what that is, you can read through that. that. So what does all this talk about ERC20 tokens mean? Well, as defined in section 3 above, the ERC20 tokens will be a fixed and non-transferable on the Ethereum blockchain. Basically what that means is that they will be rendered useless once they transfer over to EOS on the 1st of June 2018. This is because EOS will be going live with its own blockchain, hence the ERC20 EOS tokens will become redundant. So why would you register your Ethereum address? You're still confused? Well, just prior to the 1st of June 2018, EOS will take a snapshot of all the registered EOS ERC20 Ethereum wallets. The snapshot simply takes a note of the amount of EOS tokens you hold in your Ethereum wallet or your ERC20 garage. You will then be allocated an equivalent amount of EOS tokens on the new EOS blockchain. So it's important to understand how to register, but also what you're actually doing. So on the 1st of June, what's actually going to happen is EOS is going to take a snapshot, or basically think about it like this. EOS is basically just jotting down or registering how much EOS you have in your Ethereum wallet. So if you have 100, they're going to jot down 100. If you have 1,000, they're going to put down 1,000. And with that snapshot, now that they have that amount, when their blockchain goes live, you will be credited with the equivalent amount of EOS tokens over on the new blockchain. So the reason that you want to be registered prior to that is because the snapshot's going to take place on June 1st, and you want to make sure you're included in that snapshot, as that's the way you're going to be accredited with your correct amount of EOS tokens on the new blockchain. At this point in time, there are only 2 Ethereum wallets or ERC20 garages approved by EOS. Those 2 are MetaMask and MyEther wallet. At this point in time, I've done research, and my research has come up empty in regards to see if any more wallets have been approved by EOS and are going to be supported in the token swap. I'm asking for your guys' feedback from the community. If you guys know anything or have any developments, please feel free to comment it down below so I can update people. Also, make sure to include a link to the article or the information you're referencing, as that would be very helpful as well. So at this point in time, these are the only wallets that I know are approved by EOS. And as we move forward here, the following wallets are known to be incompatible wallets, meaning they will not be able to participate in the EOS token distribution. Keep in mind, this is not a complete list, and I'm not sure how much this list has changed. The only thing I know is that these are the only 2 wallets that are supported as I make this video, according to my knowledge. So the first bit of information I will say that has changed is that any Bitcoin exchange and any Ethereum exchange, actually some exchanges, there are only a few of them, have announced that they are going to be supporting the token swap, and we're going to get into that in a minute. However, just keep in mind that this isn't an inclusive list, and at this point in time, I'm not sure where these wallets stand. However, the only wallets I know that are approved are MetaMask and MyEther wallet. So moving over to the EOS subreddit, where I've been able to find a lot of helpful and useful information, I would recommend that anybody looking for answers to questions or solutions to problem head over there, because this is a community that is nearly 45,000 people strong, one of the largest subreddits in the space, and you know, they have a lot of great stuff over here. However, this is the current list of exchanges as of 29 days ago. I will note the extra one that was listed as I make this video that are supporting the token swap: Binance, KuCoin, GoPax. And as of a few hours ago, Bitfinex is pleased to announce full support for the upcoming EOS mainnet token swap, submitted 7 hours ago. So with that, what does this actually mean? Well, again, somebody has done a great job explaining this over on the subreddit. So someone asked, can someone explain what this exactly is? I couldn't find any information online at this time. Well, somebody responded with, this basically means that leaving your tokens on Binance or any of the other exchanges listed here, as well as Bitfinex, is like registering them, since they do the swap when the mainnet is launched this year. So if you have your tokens on these 3 exchanges, add in Bitfinex as I record this video, as far as my knowledge goes, you will not have to register your tokens in the process that is outlined over in that article, as well as some of the articles you're going to find over on the subreddit. Bitfinex, Bitfinex, Binance, KuCoin, and GoPax will do that automatically for you. So that is awesome for all the people who are technically challenged, that don't understand this or don't want to do this, or very much inconvenienced by this. So that is a big sigh of relief for those people as well. However, if you do fall into the boat of I need to register my tokens, I have them on a wallet, there is a lot of guides out there. I will say, please make sure to be careful to find credible guides, as again, in today's video, I am not responsible for anything you guys do in terms of the actions that you take. However, I will say that I will be linking this article down below, where there is a pretty good guide about registering your Ethereum address wallet with EOS.io. This is a step-by-step one. If you want some other guides as well, please make sure to check over on the EOS subreddit. You guys over there will will be able to tell if those guides are legitimate or not, if they work or not, based on the feedback in the comment section, or at least I hope so. So that's kind of the situation that we're in right now. Exchanges are supporting the EOS token swap, and that's going to be very helpful for people who don't want to register. It takes out a lot of work involved, but for those of people who do have the EOS token on the website, please make sure that you register in order to get credited with your EOS tokens once the mainnet goes live and once they take the snapshot on June 1st of 2018. So a lot of information to consider in today's video, guys. Hopefully maybe you fall into the boat of having your EOS on one of those 4 exchanges. I'm not sure how this is going to progress in the future, how many more exchanges are going to be announced. So please know that this is not an all-inclusive list. Everything I mentioned in the video, this is the only information that I have available to me on the April 18th of 2018, and this probably will change in the future at some point in time. However, thus far, this is pretty much all I know. And again, if you guys have anything in the comment sections that contribute, such as something that I maybe I misspoke throughout the video, or maybe there's something that you want to add, please feel free to comment down below, because this is one of those things where the community really needs to come together in order to make sure that everybody who wants to be accredited with their EOS on the snapshot date knows how to, knows what position they're in, and at the end of the day is not sorry they wake up on June 2nd and understand, open up the Reddit and say, oh my gosh, my EOS are worth nothing, or whatever the situation may be. So thank you guys again for watching the video, and I'm going to cut to the outro. One important thing I want to add before I end the video today, guys, is that because we are talking about EOS and potentially putting them on exchanges in order to avoid the process that is registering them for the snapshot, I think it's important to note that by putting your coins or cryptocurrencies on an exchange, you are opening yourself up to more of a risk. And what I mean by that is, obviously, by putting trust into an exchange, you are foregoing some of the security that is keeping them in a private wallet and having complete control that you and only you have over your coins. So while I don't believe there will be any issue with this in this particular situation, this is always something good to have in your mind, especially as you consider putting trust into other people or exchanges in this scenario. Keep in mind that a few weeks ago, though I do trust the Binance exchange and I don't think anything's going to go wrong here, a few weeks back they did have that issue with those trading bots and people losing cryptocurrencies from their wallets that they had stored on there. And though Binance handled that very professionally, refunded everybody, fixed the situation within a few hours, stuff like that can happen, and that is something that you risk when keeping EOS or whatever particular cryptocurrency on an exchange. And I think this is relevant to point out and to remind you guys of. So while you can put EOS on the exchange a few days for the snapshot, or keep it on there if you already have, and that will work, please keep in mind that moving it to a private wallet after is your best option, in my personal opinion. However, this is going to do it for the video today, guys, and I'm going to cut to the outro. The final thing I want to note is that by keeping your EOS on an exchange, it has not been announced how this is actually going to work in terms of how exchanges use those utilities that the tokens have. So, example, can you access network resources via Bitfinex? Will they allow you to vote for block producers with your tokens on the exchange? Will they vote for you however they think is best? How will they handle airdrops of future projects on EOS? Basically, they say, how are these exchanges going to handle the tokens that you store over there? Are you going to be able to vote for the block producers that you want, or are they going to vote for you however they think is best? Are you going to be able to vote even at all on those exchanges? So how all of this stuff is going to work has yet to be announced. I'd imagine this will be announced within the next coming weeks, in the next few months leading up to the event. However, this is important to announce, and again is another advantage of keeping these in your private wallet as soon as possible. So again, guys, now we're finally going to get to the outro. That's going to do it for the video today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Your guys' support is always welcome. And in today's video, I'm going to specifically ask for your guys' feedback and your guys' comments on this. If I misspoke at any time, or you guys have anything to add, please comment them down below in the comment section. Not only does this help me create better content, but it also helps people within the community looking for answers to those same questions as well. So that is always appreciated. I am now going to go into the first disclaimer, which states the information in this video should be considered unofficial and is subject to change. The information presented will become dated over time and is likely to be updated over time. With that said, please proceed at your own risk and conduct additional research before taking any action. I am not responsible for any mistakes or losses made on your part. This is an unofficial update and should be treated as such, is subject to future changes. Please proceed at your own risk, and I am not responsible for any action taken or losses conducted on your part. Now I'm going to go into the second disclaimer, the normal one that you guys are all familiar with, which states none of the information in today's video is investment or financial advice. This is just simply my personal opinion. Please do your own research before investing. Invest at your own risk. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Consult a financial advisor if necessary. As for transparency purposes, I am not invested into and do not hold EOS in my portfolio at the time of making this video. But with all that said, thank you so much for the continued support on my channel. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps a lot, and have a great rest of your guys' day.